Hello. Welcome to the third part of the God's Gambit. At the beginning of this part we see that Kwon says, "Did I hear that wrong?" Kim Song says, "I'll give you a car, but you're on your own." He replies, "Isn't that too great a privilege for a mere sergeant?" Kim Song says, "Those guts. I like the guts a mere sergeant like you has to be so frank with the battalion commander. We barely have any intel about the current situation. At times like this, what we need is a calm observer." Kwon thinks, someone calm and rational. Someone who never loses his cool. They are using 5.56 mm bullets. Kwon thinks, who is capable of making logical judgments in unexpected citations. A cold, rational observer. Kwon screams and says, "Everyone, charge." Kwon uses divinity gun stock. He says in the name of the goddess, divinity bayonet skill. Kwon stabs the fallen angel with a flagpole. He thinks, "I think you're perfect for the role." The defeat of the fallen angel. System says, "You have knocked down the corruption beast, the guardian of the first post." Highest contributing party, Independent Scout Squad. Party leader, Kwon Ji-young. Kim Song says, "As expected, I've got a great eye for these things." Choyol says, "See, I was right. The post guardian's stamina was drained enough. So much so the Sergeant Kwon squad could take him down. Even after becoming corrupt, the fallen stamina stays the same. What's more, by transforming the corrupt monsters into new creatures, my contributions to the fateless fallen angel disappear too, making Sergeant Kwon the biggest contributor and getting all the prizes. What do you think?" Choi Yul appears in front of the goblin swordsman Jack and says, "Not being able to talk was so frustrating. I'm just glad you're listening." Choi Yul is sitting in front of Jack and says, "Want to make a bet? If I win, I'll break the Demon King's seal." Jack is really surprised to hear that. After that we see Hyaju is fighting an anti-human machine MK5HM05. She destroys it easily. She says, "After the rescue call, I came to the second post, but there's no end to it. There are a lot of anti-human machines. On top of that, they keep upgrading. I gotta in with a deadly skill before it gets any more dangerous, but," she says, "Everyone, retreat for now." Everyone says, "What does she want about? We need points too. At least you have a legendary item. I have to earn points to be the same as my family. I won't let them die in vain like last time." Two of them hiding behind rocks to ambush it. They get ready to attack and says, "The post guardian's ours." Their weapon is a crossbow of the archery unit of the Aram Kingdom. Aram crossbow. Magic-grade crossbow. The more party members of Aram Royal Army have gear, the higher the attack power. The Guardian sees them. In a really powerful attack, Haiju barely blocks the attack. A really big explosion happens. She says, "Run right now quickly." They are running away before she even completes her sentence. The Guardian starts to analyze her. It says, "Analysis is complete. Pillar Guardian creates anti-Go Haiju machine." She thinks, "It's another new machine. I have to stop it." All the machines start to target her. She is hardly blocking their attacks, and she thinks, "Are they targeting me? That's even better." She uses a really powerful fire attack. She says, "Everyone, get back." As quickly as possible. Everyone starts to run. A really big explosion happens. Everyone goes flying, and they think that woman's gonna kill all of us. She starts to laugh. The Pillar Guardian is fine. It has a really strong barrier. She says, "It's not easy, this other world." Anti-Go Haiju machine appears its difficulty level 2. It's an elite monsters. It is resistant to fire. Equipped with Dragon Slayer. Deals extra damage to Go Haiju. Auto-detects and chases Go Haiju. It appears behind her really fast. She wasn't even able to follow its movements. She tries to block the attack. Its attack hits her. SY goes flying. She sees something at the last moment. It's Choi Yul. He appears on the scene. He cuts one of the Pillar Guardian's body parts and disappears. She thinks, "What is he doing?" She loses consciousness. After that, a really big explosion happens. Haiju disappears. Anti-Go Haiju machine says, "Target Go Haiju missing. Traces sensed. Commencing tracing." System says, "Achieved condition for unlocking trait, eliminating the brain of the Mad Brain's collective host. Trait unlocked. Mad order. Repeats crafting of the last produced item. Does not apply to elite grades. Doubles your manufacturing speed. Doubles the amount produced. Production does not stop until the main unit is destroyed. Something appears in the sky. Choyol thinks, the post took longer to take down than expected. Too many people are hiding out of fear. After that we see some of them are trying to destroy post 1 and says, damn it, it's so damn sturdy. That's not enough firepower. At the second post, a lot of people are the anti-human machine. They say, those who are wounded get out. It's over if you die. Choyol thinks, I could easily wipe out all of them. But that would be meaningless. To conquer this entire game, not just the mission ahead of me right now. This whole city needs to become stronger. And for that, the first thing that needs to be set up is a capable commander and a champion unit. Go-Haiju wakes up and says, I'm alive. Did you save me? Goblin Jack is right in front of her. She gets scared. Jack says, shut up. She says, I'm sorry, I was just too surprised. Wait, you can talk. Jack says, I treated your wounds. We don't have much time, so let's start right away. She thinks, he's ignoring me? She says, start what? Jack says, Choyol said that. After a huge defeat, meeting a great teacher and cultivating your strength is a cliché. She is surprised. Anti-Haiju machine detects her and flies toward her really fast. It says, commencing annihilation. Choyol is there, and he blocks the attack easily, and says, fooled again. Little one. He used a mad linked brain hero grade trinket. It confuses monsters with machine attributes. Disarms mechanical traps and devices. 5 times per mission. Machine says, target Go-Haiju lock on. Choyol stands in the middle of a room and says, around here, maybe. The machine uses a really strong attack. After that we others are still trying to destroy the pillar. Machine's attack hits the tower. Pillar gets almost destroyed. Choyol thinks, great. This level of damage should work. Choyol says, thanks. Because of you, it looks like their problems are solved. How about we get back to hide and seek now? Jack is fighting with Go-Haiju. She hardly blocks his attacks. Jack says, now try using that power. Her ears turn yellow. Jack says, don't forget. Since that power isn't yours, overdoing it could hurt you. So, rather than borrowing too much power blindly, it's important you use the amount you can handle. The power must not wield you. You must wield the power. She really tired and says, Choyol, made a bet about making me so that I can win against that robot? Is it possible? Jack don't says, anything 6. She thinks, going silent at the point isn't exactly encouraging, you know? Jack says, why did you let me teach you? Because you trust Choyol? Or just because you have to get stronger? She says, I don't really know either. The game, the missions, it's all full of stuff I don't know. And I'm not smart enough to find answers by thinking. So, I want to straighten out my body first. I'll see something or the other if I continue doing that. That's how I've always lived. Jack smiles and thinks, I thought she was being used by Choyol, but she's actually a martial artist walking her own path. Let's get serious with the teaching, shall we? After that we see 3 days later. A lot of people are hiding in the subways. They all are really scared. They say, damn it, when is this going to end? Shouldn't we go out to help them? Are you crazy? What if we lose points again? And what if we fail the mission because we didn't help them? So, you what? Die this way? Everyone, pipe down. Wait, what's that sound? The anti-Go-Haiju machine appears there. It starts to detect Go-Haiju's signal. It says, target discovered. Commencing annihilation. Target is moving. Annihilate, annihilate, annihilate. It starts attacking all around. It says, target hit. Annihilation complete. Redetecting Go-Haiju's signal. Go-Haiju gets there, and she looks really cool. Everyone calls her an angel. System says, special event conditions fulfilled, become Goblin Swordmaster Jack student and inherit his martial arts. Reward equipment of the heroic class of higher. Learning passive skill Swordmaster students. She is wearing an illusion ember. Heroic class armor. The Empire's best swordsman. Learning's armor. Defense power increases depending on the amount of fire element equipment the user has equipped. Choyol asks Jack, why a piece of equipment for women? It's what I used to have. Jack says, it's what I used to have. Choyol says, chance of success? Jack says, half, half. Jack thinks that metal bastard may be her natural enemy. But now she has learned my martial arts. If the seed I've planted blossoms in time, that metal bastard won't be her enemy anymore. She uses skill Swordmaster's student. Passive skill. Proficiency of close-range weapons will increase faster. After that we see 3 days 15 hours and 34 minutes since the beginning of the mission. The first pillar has been destroyed. 3 days 17 hours and 21 minutes since the beginning of the mission. The second pillar's pillar guardian has been destroyed. 3 days, 21 hours, and 1 minute since the beginning of the mission. Special monster AGM has been defeated. 4 days, 0 hours, and 3 minutes since the beginning of the mission. Most of the citizens have returned to the game. 4 days, 3 hours, and 44 minutes since the beginning of the mission. The second pillar has been destroyed. That moment, the people thought to themselves that they could do this, that they could have accomplished the first mission without Choyol's help, too. That is what they thought. My student won, so I will keep my promise. Choyol says, right? Then is it my turn? After that we see the army is giving out food. Kim Song says, I sent you to survey the area, and you came back as a general? Kwon says, I'm sorry. Kim Song says, does a sorry cut it? Well, whatever. Leave the protection of the injured to us. And do whatever you wish. I'll take the responsibility. I'll promote you if you do well with this. Kwon says, I don't need. Haiju gets there and says, Sergeant Kwon, we should get going. Kwon says, yeah. Are you sure you'll be all right, Haiju? She says, yes, I already promised my master that the next time we see each other, we'll be enemies. Kwon thinks, why is this story a whole different genre? Can I win? A monster of difficulty 3 that even Haiju is no match for. A lot of people will die, no matter the outcome. I wonder what Choyol is thinking. They hear a really loud bang. Someone is falling from the sky. It is Choyol. Choyol punches the Demon King seal. System says, Demon King seal has been destroyed. Destroyer. Choyol. The mission goal has been changed. They are really surprised. Something starts to come out of the Demon King seal. System says, kill the Demon King. Game over in case of failure. Everyone says, Choyol, that psycho bastard. I knew he was a piece of shit. Kwon and Haiju are really surprised and thinks, what the hell is he thinking? Jack sees that and says, I didn't expect him to actually do it. There are quite a few interesting humans this time around. Jack gets ready to fight. Jack kills a lot of monsters. Kwon and Haiju are really surprised. Jack says, this is a gift and homework I'm leaving to my student. So devote yourself. Student. Until the next time our calling intertwines. Choyol a dark space. He is wearing a Fallen Angel's Halo legendary class accessory. Protects the user in the demon realm and hell. After that we see there is something really big in front of him. He says, getting in here was simpler than I expected. Hey you, Mr. Demon King. Do you perhaps know the Demon King of Sovereignty, Christina? Demon King says, Christina? I've never heard that name before. But how did a human get in here? System says, Demon King Elite Boss. Demon King of Authority Tumbaba. Difficulty 6. Feels pleasure in destroying thing with his bare hands. Absorbs the fleas and bones of an opponent he killed to reinforce his fists. Choyol says, but it seems like the Demon Kings interact with one another. Choyol turns around and says, well, that was a flop. I guess it'll take some time. Sorry for interrupting you mealtime. You opponent is coming, so wait just a bit. Tumbaba says, geez, that's rather embarrassing. Stumbaba punches him from behind. Choyol destroys his hands. Choyol says, oops, my instincts just. This is against the rules. The third part of the God's Gambit ends here. Subscribe for more. Thanks for watching.